Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of cyBARR Chat's HITRUST edition. Today, we'll be discussing HITRUST Assessment Portfolio expansion and the HITRUST Results Distribution System with HITRUST Manager, Swathi West. Let's get started. Swathi, what does the HITRUST Assessment Portfolio consist of today, and why is there a need for broader assurances?
Great question, Claire. Today, the HITRUST Assessment Portfolio consists of HITRUST CSF Rapid Assessment, which is a self-assessed security-only questionnaire that is facilitated through HITRUST Assessment Exchange. And this assessment provides a low level of assurance. And also we have the second would be the HITRUST CSF Readiness Assessment. This is an assessment performed in preparation for the validated assessment. And again, this only provides a low level of assurance. And the third one we have today is HITRUST CSF Validated Assessment. And this assessment will lead to HITRUST CSF certification. And also this assessment can be tailored to each organization to include one or more authoritative sources like HIPAA, ISO, NIST, CMMC, you name it. And this assessment also provides a higher level of assurance compared to the rapid or the readiness assessments today. And as I mentioned earlier, the HITRUST CSF only offers one certification option, which is the HITRUST CSF Validated Assessment Report with certification, which again, provides a higher level of assurance. And that can mean the path to get HITRUST certified will be a heavy lift. And we only, given everyone knows that HITRUST validation can be very robust. So in summary, to meet the market needs for varying levels of assurance with higher reliability, HITRUST is adding two new assessment offerings. And like the HITRUST CSF Validated Assessment, these new offering will aid in understanding control effectiveness as well as cyber preparedness and resiliency.
Okay, got it. And you touched on this a little bit, but could you talk a little bit more about what the HITRUST Assessment Portfolio will include with these two new additions?
With the two new additions, the HITRUST Assessment Portfolio will include the basic current state BC assessment, which is a good hygiene assessment and offers higher reliability than the self-assessment and questionnaires by utilizing the HITRUST Assurance Intelligence Engine, the AI engine, to identify any errors, omissions, and deceit. And we have a second addition to the portfolio is the implemented 1-year validated assessment, that is I1, which is a best practice assessment and recommended for situations that present moderate risk or where a baseline risk assessment is needed. And the I1 is designed to provide higher levels of transparency, integrity, and reliability over anything that's existing moderate assurance reports, and also with comparable levels of time, effort, and cost. And HITRUST authorized external assessors like BARR will have to validate the I1 assessments. And also, on top of these two new additions, we also have today's HITRUST CSF Validated Assessment will be named as the risk-based 2-year, which is an R2 validated assessment. And the reason for doing this change from the CSF validated assessment to the risk-based 2-year validated assessment is because the industry standard HITRUST CSF validated assessment today is a risk-based and tailorable assessment, which continues to provide the highest level of assurance and for situations with greater risk exposure due to data volumes, can be regulatory compliance or other risk factors. So I think this is accurate. The name change to validated to the risk-based 2-year validated assessment makes more sense.
Got it. That definitely is a lot of great information. Switching gears a little bit, we also wanted to talk about the HITRUST Results Distribution System today. So how does the new Results Distribution System improve results sharing and benefit organizations in comparison to what we have today?
Great question again, Claire, because today the sharing of third-party assurance reports is largely manual and less than ideal, because it involves requesting PDF reports from business partners, for example, customers, and it usually involves exchanging PDFs back and forth. And, PDFs can vary greatly depending on the type of the report, the issuing party, the length, and sometimes PDFs do, in our industry also know, it's copy protected and or, password protected, making them tough to access and also use. And the PDFs are static. It's not really interactive, making it, necessary to like copy data into more feature-rich tools to make it more meaningful. And the whole process is done annually. So to make the third-party assurance reports more meaningful and more useful, we need a better process to share the results. And I personally think RDS is a great solution because the HITRUST results distribution system, which is the RDS, will enable assessed entities to deliver their HITRUST assessment results through a secure, centralized reporting hub to any relying parties. So that would eliminate the need to exchange these PDFs, the manual review, and any subsequent errors that occurs. So recipients will be able to customize the dashboards to view the results, and that's more interesting, or that's more accurate, or they just wanted to see the scope or just specific control scores. So this would be easier because you can customize the dashboard depending on what you need. And in addition to that, in addition to the customization, this can be integrated well with GRC or any VRM platforms that are available through API. So, in summary, HITRUST is launching RDS to allow for a more efficient assessment report sharing process.
Very exciting changes coming, it sounds like. So when will the 2 new assessments and the results distribution system be available, and what can we expect from it in the future?
The basic and the I1 assessments and also the results distribution system we talked about will be available by the end of this calendar year. And with RDS just starting out, they're focused to share results from the HITRUST family of assessments, including the basic, the current, the implemented, the risk-based we talked about. And there are some future enhancements that are planned for RDS in both the assessments in 2022 that expected to work and start working in end of Q1 2022. So we have a lot of great things that we'll be seeing in future, and HITRUST is all about continuous improvement. So I'm super excited for the assessment portfolio and the RDS.
That's great. One last question for you today. Can you talk a little bit about the cost to implement RDS and which HITRUST assessments can be shared via RDS?
Very important question. And this is typically what we get from our clients too. So glad you asked. The results distribution system, the RDS, is included with all levels of HITRUST MyCSF subscription, including the report-only option. So, that means that assessed entities can send their HITRUST assessment results to relying parties at no additional cost. And, even relying parties can access these results at no additional cost. So it's sending an email without any additional cost, but in a way better, secure manner, because you can customize the dashboards and it's way secure and meaningful. And also keep in mind, even though that has no additional cost today, but if there's any future functionality, which, included any enhanced analytics and API integration, that will require a fee to utilize. And to answer your other question of which HITRUST assessments can be shared via the RDS will support the sharing of any HITRUST validated assessments results, which obviously, have to be in a good standing and also accessible in MyCSF. And another important thing to consider is the use of RDS isn't required today. And it just, if you want to use it, you just opt in, and the assessed entity will opt in, and those who don't opt in will still be able to download PDF of HITRUST reports and certification letters. So you have to opt in to use the RDS, but if you don't opt in, you can still have the availability to download PDFs and use it to send it to your relying parties. And I hope that helps.
That definitely helps, and that's great information for all of our clients. That's all for today, Swathi. Thank you so much for all of this insightful information on this exciting portfolio expansion and RDS. And we look forward to seeing everyone next time on cyBARR Chat's HITRUST edition.
Thank you.